Hey everybody, thanks for checking out EX Team Rocket Returns with me here today. It was the first EX era set of the Pokemon TCG to include the set symbol on the parallel foil version of the cards. But that's not the only thing that makes it stand out. Let's see what else the set has in store for us today on Collector's Space. My favorite parallel holo or reverse holo sets from the entire hobby, Team Rocket Returns. What I'm going to do is go through and talk about all the reverse holos here. This is my reverse holo set, not my complete one. So let's blast off. Things I love about this set here as I flip through the pages, then I'll go through the cards that stand out to me one by one. Things that I love about this set is that wonderful symbol there. You can see it when the holo is not shining in the background, but those wonderful set symbols there in the bottom right corner, they really pop out with this set, and especially the silver version right there. Now, the other thing I love about this one, of course, the EX era holos, many of them had the set, or the, energy symbols in the background on the hologram instead of just the stars and planets thing. But also with this set, there's a darker tone to it. There's some really creative and clever illustrations. Grimer over here, one of those. And like I said, I'll be piecing those out and showing them off one by one close up. Second, as we get into the video here. But I just want to go through and show you the whole set. Recently I saw a mint gem, was it Gem Mint or Mint 9? I don't know, version of this thing go for crazy gangbusters. Everybody and their mama's mama came out to see that one and bid on that auction. I think it went up to about 390, 375, it was crazy. Once again, this is not the complete set. This is just the complete set of parallel holos. Right here, I'm missing one that is in my Arita collection, Snorlax EX, Rocket Snorlax EX there, but I have a near mint copy there that would normally go there, but and then the Skyridge set, which I'm not going to talk about today. Zapdos, the last one of this set right there in the corner. Now, as I go back to the beginning here, we're going to start with, well, you know what? I'm just going to start with Dark Ampharos. This card right here just exemplifies, let me focus on that better. There we go. It just exemplifies everything you want in the style. Dark Ampharos, he's got this whole shadowy, feel to him. The holograms there, super clear in the background. That style is consistent throughout the entire collection, or the entire set, which really makes it quite nice. One of the things that I love about this set as a whole. Similarly, for Dark Crobat, you might notice here, some people miss this. In the background, there's like a whole little scene back there, and some people really like seeing more or multiple Pokemon. There's another Dark Crobat, or maybe it's just a normal Crobat up there in the corner. This set also has many different artists, but the great thing is all the different artists still had a similar feel. As you'll see, Mr. Arita, he did not go with his standard light. He took a darker tone with all of his artwork as well. This Dark Electrode here being a perfect example of that dark feeling. Look at that guy. I love this card. I've got several of it, and but that is just great. Like, if you were going to be afraid, and who is that? That is Taoki Saito. So, or is it Koki Saito? Nope, Taoki Saito. Now we get to our first Arita card right down here. I'm actually not going to pull that one out. Not particularly one of my favorites, but it has that feeling. This one, however, is in my top 3 for favorite card illustrations. Dark Marowak here. Just it's Pokemon Batman. Just look at him. He's standing there on the rooftops above the city with the rest of the city in the background there. You can see it. He's just yeah. The Dark Knight, right there. Dark Artillery right next door, also done by Arita. That similar feel to Dark Electrode here. Dark Slowbro, moving down Dark Steelix. This one's a favorite of many people. A great feel on that with the purple to offset the gray and white in the background there. Of course, not all of the cards, like Azumarill here, wouldn't hate to just ignore them there in the front. Azumarill and Jumpluff, Kingdra, all the way to Togetic, so on, they're not all dark. Togetic has a great just feel and style to the card. And then again, those big block letters on the bottom there, they just offset the card illustration wonderfully. And when you can see this like for real, you know, in 3 dimensions, it has a really nice effect. Dark Dragonite with that similar dark energy kind of feel going on. Dark Muck. This card seems to be less desirable for people, but I just like look at it. The moon in the background, the moonlight just beaming down onto this big mass of toxic goo. And remember, Dark Muck, if you remember from the games, things die as it goes by. So it's not, that is some serious sewage. And I just think that illustration does it huge, amazing things for the monster. Dark Raticate, great there. Dark Sandslash, just coming right out at you. That's an excellent illustration. The ever famous Tyranitar Lightning Bolt right there. People love that one, and that's really pretty cool. Totally channeling the Godzilla vibes there. The second Dark Tyranitar, also cool. The same dark feeling. Delibird. This is one of those clay works. Right next door, Ferret. And similar thing. Excuse me, Furret. Ladian, Magby, Misdreavus. Nice composition there with the gold and the green, gray, and the purple. Quagsire, Quillfish. I think this one is... yeah, this one's Ayakosube. And she, of course, wonderful style, excellent for this set. That whole dark kind of ink draw, sketchy feeling too. Yanma, Dark Arbok with the sun setting there. Ariados, 2 Dark Dragonairs, double your money, right? But those things just stand out from the set. Dark Golduck, and of course, the one that everybody's crazy about, this Dark Gyarados. With a swirly background there, that silver set symbol just jumping out at you. The same dark vibes, excellent card. I love that one. And a lot of people do too. I'm going to jump over here to Dark Houndoom. This card was actually the set's pre-release. I'll pull this really quick. But it was not the reverse holo. But this one's really fun. It's got the Houndoom here. He's mirrored by another Houndoom back there behind him in the shadows. And all those holograms jumping off the page again with the set symbol down in the corner. Excellent card from the set there. Dark Magcargo. I love this Dark Magneton because of the composition. Just this whole set, it has this kind of apocalyptic feel. If you look in the background, you can see some kind of ruins back there, lightning bolts flying out of Magneton. This is an uncommon, and in this set, the uncommons have the silver, uncommons and commons have the silver reverse holo. The rares have the gold one there. So that's one way you can look at the EX era cards and know right away, oh, that's not a reverse, that's not a rare card, that's just an uncommon. This Dark Pupitar, for some reason, is fetched a pretty high price, and the pop is low on the PSA 10s. Okay, I have a couple of these. I think they are great. I don't know if this, yeah, Nick, oh, 2 Nicks, nope, but that's okay. There we go, got that crumb off of there, whatever that was. Dark Weezing. This one is one of my favorite Arita illustrations, just the way that the purple pops out from that green-yellow background with those shady things. I don't know if that's a... maybe when I look back at the video with this up close, I can see if that's a... buildings back there? Is that a shadow? I don't know. Weezing's just making a mess of things right there. Wonderfully illustrated by Arita. One of the things you can see in this card that I love... I'm going to pull that out again. It looks real. I mean, it's not, but just his his mastery of doing lighting is so good. He's a very, very good illustrator. He's had a lot of experience with all kinds of different things, different mediums, and that's one thing that I love about him. Eventually, I'll get to that collection too. Heracross right here. Tsubo Tsubo. That, that's, no, is that? If you know the Japanese, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but the Heracross there is an excellent card. I'm going to pull this out because of the glare right now, but I love that composition. And one of my favorite Pokemon from that generation too. Had him on my team, beating the Elite Four for sure. Another Arita card, Seadra. Let's see, I also like these geometric backgrounds that they do sometimes. And with this Meowth, it was just wonderful. It works really well with the different energy symbol holograms in the back there. And of course, that set symbol just contrasting the entire composition. Really nice. Coming down here, Togepi, Cubone, Dratini. We got 2 Dratinis in this set. Right there. And Drowsy. I love the whole feeling of this card. He's like in bed, just dreaming away. And as you know, Drowsy and Hypno, they have to do with sleep and eating dreams and all that. And this card is just so nice. Really, really nice there. One of my favorites just from an aesthetic standpoint in the set. This Grimer. This guy, whoever the illustrator is like, I'm just going to put a pair of eyes on there. And then they're like, nah, dude, you got to add some more. So he put a mouth and some blobbiness. But that Grimer is amazingly awesome. And the eyes, all you get is the eyes and the silver set symbol. And then everything else is just very subtle in the background. I love it. That's just one of my favorite cards, I think, anywhere. Not because I think it's great illustration, but just because of the way the illustration hits you. You look at the card and it's a pair of eyes. That's it. We got a couple Houndours in here. Coughing. Larvitar, another Larvitar. This one's pretty cool. I didn't realize until recently, but he's there balancing on a rock. You can see that. There you go. Larvitar there doing some gymnastics on a rock. Ladybug, which is a nice Ladybug. Magikarp. Magnemite, excuse me. And this is one of my favorite Magnemites because of the way the Holo just makes this clay figure jump out of the illustration. I guess it's not an illustration though, is it? Out of card art. That's just great. You got some power lines there in the background. So, very, very, very nice. Mareep also jumps very well. Then this Onix. This Onix actually has a register problem, if I remember. Let's see. Yeah, so you can see the void in the foil where the ink is supposed to be, and as I turn it, you can see that it doesn't line up. You see that right here? Especially right there. So if I block out, you can see where the ink, where the foil ends. Now you can see where the ink ends. Foil ends. Ink ends. So that's just kind of interesting. Here you go. Foil, ink. Foil, ink. So, Psyduck, 2 Rattatas. How often do you get 2 Rattatas in a set? And, you know, just me, Rattata was the first gen throwback, right? You had Rattata, then you had Sentret, then you had, there's always the normal bird, like the throwback bird, which some of them are not throwbacks at all, but there's the throwback bird and the throwback rodent. And it was Rattata and Sentret. And Rattata, it's like, I would never throw back Rattata because he's dumb or boring. You know what I mean? Like, Rattata was not a boring card, but a boring monster. And I think that right there is just a great little tribute to the guy. Spinarak, kind of neat. I'm not sure really what he's doing. I'm going to leave him there for you guys to admire, but you can see there's something going on in the background. Swinub. Fun, different art style on that card, just like Magneton. They did Voltorb, so it's cool they did the 2 electric Pokemon, the 2, you know, inanimate object electric Pokemon, a magnet and an exploding Pokeball. Then, of course, we get to the 1. As I mentioned, this thing sold for way too much. some people might say, but it was a lot. This is a reprint of Copycat. I believe the first one was an Expedition. Ugh, don't quote me on that one. Is one of the e-reader sets. And you can see she's got a whole bunch of different outfits back there. When I evaluate cards, I use a magnifying lens. That could be, somebody might give that a 10 because I don't see any print lines, but I don't know. I'm just gonna say it's a 9. So darn. Rocket's Hideout I love this card. I don't know why. A lot of the trainers in this set had CGI stuff going on, which just kind of made them extra cool. Got the POW head extension and the Pokemon Retriever. Surprise time machine. It is a surprise. Imagine if Team Rocket actually had a time machine. I wish they had a Pokemon Rocket version. Wouldn't that have been cool? Actually go and join Team Rocket. Rocket had its own Pokeball too, the Rocket Pokeball. That was in this set here. All different kinds of things. Venture Bomb, fun little card. Dark Energy and Rocket Energy. I'm going to pull out the Rocket Energy because it looks cool. But I miss these e-reader and EX era cards where pretty much the whole card was holographic. Now we're getting to the, excuse me, the Rocket EX car Pokemon. Entei EX. Of course, the Piece de Resistance, the cool one. Mewtwo EX. Mint condition. It's a tiny little thing down here from the printing, but look at that. This is also an Arita card. So was Hitmonchan EX. Very careful pushing that back in there. Moltres EX, Scizor EX, Scyther EX, Sneasel EX, Snorlax EX, the big boy. I don't know why this guy is so hard to find, but the price definitely reflects it. He's in there too, but he is in the Arita collection for now. And then Suicune EX down here on the bottom. Gonna bring him up a little bit so you can get a better view. He's one of my favorites from the set, as far as the EX Pokemon go. And last but not least, Zapdos EX. And there you go. I'm gonna go back to one of my favorites here. Hopefully you enjoyed the look here at Team Rocket Returns set. And I certainly did enjoy going through it with you. It's one of my favorites, like I said. So thanks again, and I will see you on another episode.